When it comes to flipping property, which types of properties should you avoid buying altogether? Now, that can be a tricky one because technically you only need one buyer to make that project work. One buyer at the right price, you can exit, you can move on, happy days. But the problem is, if you choose a property that has less available buyers, less demand, then this can make the exit a lot harder and can result in a lot of sleepless nights. So I like to prefer to buy properties that have universal appeal, universal demand. I know I'm going to have buyers lining up to buy them once I finished that refurbishment process. So I tend to avoid properties that would be considered quirky or unusual. If they have a layout, for example, that even after a bit of creativity and a good refurbishment can't fix, then I'm not going to be interested. I know by the time I finish the refurb, that property could stick, it could be a lot harder to sell. I'd also avoid properties that if I do a refurbishment, at the end of that refurbishment, if I still have a problem that's a massive issue for a lot of buyers, I will avoid them. So if it can't be fixed during the refurb, I want to avoid them. For example, if the property has a tiny kitchen or a tiny bathroom and there's no logical, cost-effective way of improving that situation or solving that problem, then I'm going to move on, because that again is going to limit my pool of available buyers when I come to sell the property. If the property has absolutely no option for off-street parking, for example, but neighbouring properties all have that, that could be an issue. If it has a tiny garden and all other neighbouring properties have much larger, more appealing gardens, this could be an issue as well. So my general rule is by the time I do that refurbishment, I've solved any major problems and I know that I can appeal to a lot of buyers. So if, for example, for whatever reason, a buyer lets me down, I know I'm going to be able to sell that property again, and the exit is going to be quick, it's going to be easy, and I'm going to be able to move forward onto the next project as soon as possible.